Are you in a relationship right
now? Very happily. I mean, it is hard to ignore the thing on my fingers.
So you're engaged? Jenna Lyons, fashion icon, housewife.
Okay, wait.
What should I say?
The trajectory from there to there is
For people who don't know you, Jenna Lyons.
Okay.
Just fashion icon.
Cheers.
Cheers. What do we got?
I know you're not supposed to drink out. Oh, wow.
Oh, out of the straws? Did you? I do that all the time.
I do, but I don't think you're really supposed to.
I think you're not supposed to. It's for stirring, right? But I do it too.
I do it all the time, but I know it's not like.
This is a mock margie.
Yes, for anyone who thinks that we're day drinking.
This is good. This is tasty. We're at the Elgin in Manhattan. Is there a short version of how you end up where you are now?
I mean, probably somewhat blindly. I mean, I think that these conversations are always interesting because I think everyone's always looking for like, what's the short story or what's the shortcut? And truthfully, there really aren't any. And, you know, I think everything that has happened in my life has, most of the things that were really good came out of challenges. You know, things that were hard for me when I was a little kid, they kind of pushed me to do something else. And then things that were hard at work made me dig deeper and go harder because I didn't have any other option. As a kid, it sounded like, just reading up on you, it sounded like a little awkward, right? You had some, is that fair? Is that fair? Yes, that's very fair.
You have a genetic condition that made you look a little different.
You know, I have a genetic disorder. It affects my skin, my teeth, and my hair. And so growing up, I had conicular teeth, so shaped like cones. And I was missing about 9 or 10 teeth. And so they were very spaced apart.
And kids are brutal about things like that.
They're not nice. I had huge bald spots in the back of my head, and I have scars all over. And so, you know, I can remember sitting in like assemblies at school and the kids behind me going, oh my God, look at her skin. I didn't feel accepted or welcomed, and I didn't really have any friends. And until I took a home economics class in 7th grade and I started making clothes for myself because I was super tall, really skinny as well.
So nothing fit.
Nothing fit. And all of a sudden I made this skirt for myself, and the most popular girl in school asked me where I got it. And I told her I made it, and then she said, will you make me one? And I was like, oh, I'm actually getting positive feedback for the way I look. And I made it myself. And it was
there's a pride.
It was like a cloud, like the clouds parted, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do this. And
is that where the confidence is born?
No, I wish it was. I mean, the confidence didn't come, honestly, until I was probably 35.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until somebody actually said, I'm going to promote you and give you this big job, and you are going to be it's such an inside job, and I just did not have it. I wish I'd had it when I was younger, and I wish that I'd understood how important it is.
What is it about clothes? What is it about designing clothing that makes you happy?
I don't know. I think there's this, to make something with your hands and that's transformative and that touches people, there's something physical about the clothing that I can share and say, hey, I did this. I also think like I'm desperate for positive reinforcement, like desperate. And there's something really nice when someone buys your clothes.
This is good. It is good. Tasty. I like the salt part. I'm a sucker for the salt.
Me too. I keep sticking my tongue out and going, like a lizard.
The salt is good.
That's not great for
Well, everything's on camera, so.
I know, I have to keep reminding myself. I'm totally into this dehydrated lime, I think it is.
Yeah? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's good. How long were you at J.Crew?
27 years.
Wow.
I know.
And for people that don't know, you built that brand. I mean, you took it next level. Michelle Obama was wearing your clothes.
I agree, and it was amazing. This is where, listen, I think I get a lot more credit than I deserve. There was a huge amount of people that were part of that, and a massive team.
What do you think you saw that maybe other people hadn't seen?
One of my most favorite things is change, and the thing that I really enjoy is finding the thing that isn't already there. And I think a lot of people are afraid of change and are scared to put their neck out and say, I know it doesn't exist yet or it doesn't look like this, but I think it could be this. And for some bizarre reason, I've always loved that. I've loved redecorating a room. I've loved redoing my style.
Taking a risk.
And I've liked that transformation.
You end up leaving And you've said that it was a tough time when you left. Because like you go from 27, you say 27 years, and now suddenly you don't have that identity.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I think, you know, it was unusual because I had become synonymous with the company. People used to say it was called Jenna-Crew. And, you know, I remember being in the airport with my son, and we were checking in to get on a plane to come back to New York, and this woman came over to me and she said, "Are you Jenna-Crew?" And I was like, "Nope,
I'm Jenna Lyons."
Close, but not quite. Yeah. And so I think when I separated from Jenna-Crew, I all of a sudden was like just Jenna Lyons, and I didn't have anything to connect to, and I felt really lost. And, you know, I'd grown up there. Yeah. I'd had my first child there. I'd gotten married and divorced. You know, it's like I came out. There were so many things that were formative in my life that had happened while I was working in this company, and I was all of a sudden not a part of it anymore. And I didn't know who I was. I was lost, like completely. I was emotionally lost. I was physically a little lost.
You just referenced coming out. You were outed, right?
Well, fair, yes, like, I was.
I mean, which in hindsight, I mean, it just sounds awful. Like
it was awful.
I mean, was it the New York Post?
The New York Post, yeah, it was awful.
They published a story without asking you that you're dating a woman.
What was really hard about it was that someone had called to report that they'd seen me in a restaurant and that I looked like I was googly-eyed with this person. And I remember getting a phone call from the head of the HR and PR and my then CEO, and just saying, "The New York Post is on the line. They say that you are dating a woman. Would you like to confirm or deny?" And I don't know why. I now, in hindsight, realize I could have just said no comment.
Yeah.
But I confirmed. I just said the word confirm. And I don't know why. I don't know what was happening.
Were you maybe kind of proud of?
No, I was terrified. No. I hadn't
terrified.
I hadn't told my mother, my father. I hadn't told my ex-husband. I was in the middle of a divorce. It was very early. I think in a way, it ripped the Band-Aid off. I didn't have to explain myself. I didn't have to hide. It was just kind of like, all right.
And I got done for you.
And, you know, my mom was not so thrilled. My father was fine. My brother, my ex-husband. I mean, it was intense. My son was so young. He was only 4.5, so I didn't need to explain anything to him at the time. But yeah, thanks, New York Post.
Yeah. You seem like a pretty private person. And then you join Real Housewives of New York.
I know.
That makes no sense.
Fair. Like, totally fair. And you and my therapist can have a long conversation about that. Well, there was a method to the madness, and I have a business called LoveSeen, and I am interested in supporting it. Right. We were in
eyelashes, right?
Eyelashes, yes. And we were in 1,000 doors across the country, and we were finding that our product was doing really well in the places where I was known. And in the places where people didn't know who I was, they weren't doing as well. And
so you see Housewives.
Yeah, at first I thought it was just a joke. I was like, oh God, no way. And then as I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, I can't afford a marketing campaign that's national, that's gonna actually touch that many people, except for this. And so I was like, and it's been great. And it really did help. And it was hard. The first season was hard. This season we are in filming, and it is much easier.
You're in filming right now.
Yes.
And I noticed that in season 1, you were sometimes sandwiched between people having these intense conversations, and you're sort of like, looked uncomfortable.
I mean, I was uncomfortable. It took a lot of getting used to. I'm not so great in groups. I don't feel that comfortable in groups, and I'm also not one of those people who will talk louder to be heard. So if there's something going on,
you're not a showy person.
I'm like, okay, I'll just like wait.
Please have a sip.
I'm just interested in this. I'm like very attracted to this.
Have a little suck on your line there. Why did you decide to come back for season 2? Right? In all seriousness, like, what was your motivation for coming back?
Well, 2 reasons. One is it was really good for my business. And then the second reason is there are 2 new people on the cast, and I know both of them. One of them is very close to my age and is also gay. Having someone on the show who is closer to my age and who is also gay has actually been transformative. I'm sure you've maybe experienced this in your career where it's like you're the only woman in the room, and you know, where you just sort of feel like you're not one of the group.
Right.
And I didn't realize how much that impacted me, you know, and it doesn't mean that the women weren't like, they're women and
But there's like a lot of talk about sex and stuff that is very like hetero.
It is, and men and all that. And I'm like, cool, great. But I often felt a little bit on an island when those things, because I just didn't have the same perspective, and I was also older. And having this person now, I just feel like there's someone who's like gets me, and like there's a wink across the table, and that has been a real game changer. And then the other woman who is also somebody who's in my orbit and in the fashion industry, and so like I've known her for a while, and she's lovely, and we have mutual friends. So that it just feels a little different this time.
Yeah. Do you feel more relaxed this time?
Yeah, so much more relaxed.
So, what have you learned from the Bravoverse? Is there a life lesson in there in terms of your career and path?
I grew up with the assumption that hiding the things that were wrong, not showing vulnerability, don't actually let anyone see you sweat, like all of those kinds of mantras.
That is the way.
I realized that it's the complete opposite. People are nicer and relate to you when you actually share all the that's going wrong, and the parts of you that don't feel like good or that don't feel like you've got it together. And because everyone's feeling that, and this sort of plastic, I've got it, I've had it all under control, can feel alienating for a lot of people. And it's why people are like, we want you to share. It's like they want
to know that you're like them.
It's also like, you know what, I mean, listen, misery loves company too, and I don't mean it like people want you to be miserable, but there's this thing where you feel like, God, I had a bad day too, or it's nice to know that you're not perfect.
To not being perfect.
Oh, we need a bigger drink for that.
Oh my God, the infamous shoe closet.
I know.
Oh my God, it looks so good. Ah, it's gorgeous.
Thanks, babe. It's insane. Like, I'm aware.
We've all seen your shoe closet now because it was on Housewives.
I have a problem. And
you
everyone
have many shoes? 300
Oh, now
or
I'm
something?
over. I mean, I'm probably
400?
I'm easily up. But here's the thing I was
You're
saying.
easily what?
I'm usually up to the 400.
400?
But here's, okay, I want to say this
Pairs.
now. Pair. Yeah, it's not 200, yeah. What I will say, and I say this because people give me for it. I keep things because they are inspiring, or they have a memory.
I understand.
And it's like, well, it's for everyone else who doesn't understand.
Right. I mean, well, you're lucky to have the money to be able to buy the shoes, or maybe they give them to you. I don't know.
It's a mix, but so much of it is in storage, and I go down and visit them, and I'm like, you don't need to, you can't leave yet.
You go down and visit them.
I do. I have the top that I wore to meet Kate Middleton. I can't get rid of it. I'm not going to wear it, but I can't get rid of it. It was very special to me. I have some pieces that I wore to the White House. I'm not getting rid of them. I danced with Michelle Obama on her 50th birthday. I'm not getting rid of that.
Okay.
I hugged Obama in this jacket.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of it.
You're dating women. Now you're on Housewives.
Yes.
And you took everybody to a gay bar in one of the episodes. Are you trying to represent in some ways the LGBTQ community?
I get a lot of parents coming to me and saying, I'm so happy to see someone who is successful, in love, has a full life, because I was afraid that my kid wouldn't have all those things. To see somebody that they can say, well, this person is fine and there's nothing wrong with that person, look at her. It sometimes gives them like a sense of calm, and I think that is so important, and I never really expected that to be a side effect of being open and on the show.
You mentioned love a second ago, so now I feel like I have to, are you in a relationship right now?
Very happily.
Same one that you didn't want to talk about in season 1?
No.
Different person. Okay.
Yes.
Is it going to be mentioned in the second season or not?
She's not on the show, but we talk about her. I talk about her. I'm open about that. Yes, for sure.
There's
a giant ring on my
talk
finger.
About right now, or
no?
not?
I don't care. That's fine. I mean, I don't want to make her part of the conversation, but I mean, it is hard to ignore the thing on my fingers. Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Wow.
I mean, now that you
I
flagged
said it.
So you're engaged.
I'm definitely at some point going to walk her down the aisle.
I love this. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
I just don't know when, but that's okay.
That's awesome. That's good. You look so happy.
I am very happy. I feel really grateful.
Can we do rapid fire now?
Yeah.
Weirdest thing about you?
I really love synchronized swimming.
Favorite fashion trend right now?
Oh, God, high waist.
Keeps you all in.
I know, everyone looks good. I mean, it really even works, even on a smaller frame. High waist is so flattering.
Favorite pair of shoes in your infamous shoe closet?
Oh, I would have to say a pair of Prada white little, like, low heel kitten heels that have like a flower garden coming off the top of them. They're my all-time favorite.
This has been so fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is great.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.